welcome. I hope you guys are doing fine. Today I'm going to be talking about the Stellar foundation, which you can find at Sephora.com, and it's this one right over here. You can also find Stellar Limitless foundation at StellarBeauty.com. The foundation comes in 35 shades. Hopefully you guys can find your correct shade. The one that I have here is S14. For S01 it's very fair with yellow undertones. S02 it's very fair with pink undertones, and S03 is fair with beige undertones, and S04 is fair with yellow undertones. So they are in the same color family and do not range from very fair to medium. But it retails for $38, and right now it's actually $19, almost $20. I've been using this foundation on and off for about a year now. I remember the first time that I got it, it was last year in 2019. I just remember that I used the foundation 4 times, and ever since Dose of Colors foundation came about, so I just purchased the foundation, and ever since then I haven't stopped wearing it. But this year beginning, I think it was in January, I started to use the foundation and I really like it. So it's a very liquid foundation, and this one, it reminds me of the Huda Beauty case, which is obviously plastic. It's a square shape, and this one comes in 1.01 fluid ounce, and this one it's based off in Canada. What I really like about it is that it feels so light on the skin. You know how some foundations not supposed to be mattifying or anything, but I feel like it does feel very lightweight on your skin. It doesn't feel tightening, or it doesn't feel like it's sinking into your pores or anything like that. I do have finer lines underneath my eyes here, but it doesn't sink into those lines at all, and just overall the feeling of it, it's really nice. Obviously I do moisturize. I didn't prime because I usually don't use primers that often, but I do moisturize every once in a while when I do have the time. And my foundation, the application of the foundation starts around 5:40 in the morning throughout the day, and I'm always out and about in the sun. I'm like, especially here, the weather, it can be unpredictable. It can be sunny, it can be windy, super windy, cold, and very dry, everything. So it takes a toll on your skin. But I feel like with this one, because it's not obviously mattifying or anything like that, if you do have oily skin, obviously be prepared to obviously see a little bit of shine coming out throughout the day. I didn't feel like it clogged my pores. I don't feel itchy at the end of the day. I don't feel as if, oh my goodness, this is too much, I need to get it off my face right away. It is a very buildable coverage. It is a light to medium coverage, but obviously you can build it up. But if you just use one pump, you are going to be able to see a little bit of your freckles if you do have some, and a little bit of your imperfections. But as far as like pimples and stuff like that and red marks, you are going to be able to see it. I feel like with a beauty blender or with a sponge, it is going to diminish. It is going to be a little bit lighter as far as coverage. But obviously if you use a brush, at least for me, I like using brushes because it builds up the coverage a little bit more. So yeah, I do like to use it with a brush. I use the RC Cosmetics angle brush, and I've been using that for a while, years now actually. And yeah, so apply the foundation, and obviously as you guys can tell, it is a little bit liquid. It's not like the Huda Beauty, which is and I'm comparing that just because of the packaging, you know what I mean. So the texture of the Huda Beauty is a little bit more of a full coverage than this one. This, I really love how youthful it feels on the skin. It looks on the skin. Sometimes in the camera it can look like very beautiful, but once you come up close, it can be like, whoa, like I said, this is not meant for like mattifying or anything like that. But I feel like at the end of the day, it's not super over oily or anything. I did set my foundation with the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and throughout the day I was just blotting here and there. It's been, I don't know, like it's been 2 hours I think since the foundation. It's around 12 o'clock or so. This is how it looks in natural lighting. It looks pretty good. So there is no filter on the camera or anything, or like on this one. So I do have a little bit of oiliness. I mean, it's been like 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, almost 4 hours, and by the 4th hour mark I do get really oily regardless. But I only moisturize. I didn't use a primer or anything. So, and I didn't baked. I just set my entire foundation with the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and that's it. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I'll talk to you guys I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye. Okay, so this is the foundation. I am not, I just blotted a little bit. This is with the flash on my phone. I wanted to use this camera just because the other one has a filter and I don't want to use that. But yeah, this is how the foundation looks. I was blotting here and there, and I feel like even though the foundation came off a little bit, it wasn't drastic or anything like that. It is very hard for me to put foundation on my nose, especially because it can tend to be very, very oily, and at the end of the day I don't have anything on my face. I don't know what it is. I tried everything on. I literally tried everything, and for some reason it just separates because it's very oily here, and I do use primers. Yeah, so that's the only thing on my nose. I mean, it is high end. They're like $38, but right now it's $19, so definitely give it a try. Like I said, this is not your full coverage, but you can definitely build it to a full coverage look. It's very light on your skin. You're not gonna feel anything, but of course I built this up with a pump and a half, almost 2 pumps of the foundations, just because I want to have like that full coverage, and it did give me the full coverage, as you guys can see in the video. Like I said, separated a little bit on my nose, and that's just because my nose is very oily and no foundation can stay there. I think the only foundation that stay there, it's the Estee Lauder one, and every time I use a new product or anything, I do get flare-ups right here. But with this one, nothing new happened, and I didn't get any breakouts. I didn't get any itchiness from this, just because I have experienced that before, where I'm like so itchy that I just want to remove my makeup at the end of the day. Not at the end, like in the middle of the day, I just want to remove it. But this one is very comfortable to wear. It is not mattifying or anything. If you're super dry, obviously give this a try. If you are oily, take your extra steps like moisturizer, primer. Yeah, just blot throughout the day. I bought the e.l.f. Blotting powder. I don't have anything negative to say about this, just because the expectations of this, it was met. If this is meant for mattifying your face, controlling your oils and all that stuff, then I'll be like, no, it doesn't do that. But it doesn't state anything like that. It is a luminous finish, and it's definitely going to give you like a natural looking glow finish. So as far as that, like obviously it did that, so I based my reviews on what it's supposed to do, you know what I mean? So it doesn't say anything like mattifying or anything like that, so that's why I didn't expect that, but nonetheless I did wanted to give it a try. And yeah, so I guess that is pretty much it, you guys. I'm like this holding it all the time, but if you have any more questions, I'm gonna put more information down below in the description box, more information about where you can get this one. And obviously if I forget something, I'm gonna put it somewhere in here throughout the video so you guys can learn more. Anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Have a good rest of your day, week, night, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye bye.